actor Robin Williams found dead in California.
Yeah, Greta, we're just getting information crossing right now. Robin Williams apparently was found this morning in Tiburon, California. That's his hometown.
Hi guys, Master Wayne here. I know it looks like I'm wearing the same clothes. Okay, so I made this video after I made my last one. Now, the reason I wanted to talk to you guys today, and it's a big deal to me. It really is. As you know, and I'm in kind of in a somber mood right now. Robin Williams passed away here a couple of days ago, and I know there's a lot of vloggers out there that made a vlog about him, or their comments or their thoughts about him. And watching him for so many years like I have, and just his slapstick comedy, and his slapstick comedy was awesome. I mean, he could just take something off the top of his head and run with it, and make something out of nothing, you know, and make it funny. And that's what I loved about him. Watching him and all that he's done in life, you know, and the interviews that he's done, and getting a feel for the type of person he was. When, you know, I was watching him as I was growing up, I really, you know how you kind of get attached to somebody, the guys that you look up to in the industry, in the TV industry or whatever. It was him, Steve Martin, you know, Richard Pryor, all the guys that kind of made that road for the entertainers that out there, that are comedians. When I first seen it come across that he had passed away, I was like, wow, what happened? Did he have a heart attack? Because I knew that he had a heart surgery here a few years ago, and I said maybe that affected him. And I'm sure you guys were glued to your TV at the same time I was, watching why did you do this, or why did it happen? And of course, you know, he took his own life. And maybe there's a lot of people out there that think, well, you know, how awful, he took his own life. Why would you do that? There's so much to live for. There's so much this. But what a lot of people don't understand is depression. And I want to talk about depression. Generally keep my vlogs upbeat and funny and my crazy, nutty self. But I have suffered with depression also. Little things you probably don't know about me. When I got sick in 2007, and as the sickness progressed, I lost everything. I was making good money, a computer tech, owned my own business, plus had a computer, worked for a computer online tech place also. Had a house, had cars, had everything, you know. Everything was fine, had money coming in. But what hit me was the sickness. When it hit me, I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't provide for my family anymore. And being the main provider of the household, and those of you that are the main providers of your household and pay your bills, imagine not being able to pay your bills anymore. Imagine not knowing where you're going to go. So we couldn't pay the house anymore, so I had nowhere to go. I did a lot of soul searching at the time. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I got real depressed about it, you know, where sure I have a life insurance that's X amount of money, I won't say how much it is, and so well maybe it's better if I just go. Then my family will be taken care of and everything will be great, you know, for them, and thinking of them, and then that little conscience comes inside you and says, no, are you crazy? Don't you know that your family would want you more than they want money? So you start thinking crazy things and different things about it. I developed anxiety attacks. I didn't even know what an anxiety attack was. I remember when it happened to me and I had to stay home, and Connie, she was working at the time. One morning, she was getting ready to go to work, and something snapped inside me, and I can't tell you what it was or what. All of a sudden, I got this fear inside of me. I don't know where it came from, and I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was going to die. It felt like the whole world was crushing down. And I told her, don't go, because me and her are close, and we lean on each other. And I said, don't go to work. Don't go. Something's going on with me. I don't know what it is. I couldn't explain it. And well, what it was a panic attack. And I busted out in tears. I said, I don't know what's happening to me. I've been suffering with those panic attacks since then. I know not as much now, and I do get them still. But dealing with them when they come on, you know, and when somebody doesn't know what a panic attack is, oh, whatever, it's a panic attack. He's having a panic attack. You haven't been there unless you've been there, and you put it that way. Unless you walked in the shoes of somebody who's having a panic attack. And those of you who have had panic attacks, you know what I'm talking about. They were hard to deal with, but I made my way through them, talked my way through them. Said, okay, it's going to be okay. This is just something that's going to pass, and start calming yourself down. And that's how I dealt with them, you know. And it took me a long time to get to that point where I can just start talking to myself and saying, calm down, you're not going to die, the world's not going to end, nothing bad's going to happen to you, everything's going to be okay, calm down, this will pass. And I had to keep telling myself that over and over till the panic attack would go away. But the depression also was like, gosh, because I felt worthless. I felt like, look, I can't even support my family. I can't do what I want to do. I can't, you know, what's the use of even being here? Because I can't do things anymore. I'm just a burden to people. I'm a burden to my kids. I'm a burden to my wife. And stuff like that would run through my head. But then the conscience would kick in and say, no, you know what? They love you. And what's more than anything in this world is love. And that's the way I feel about it, is depression. It is a disease. It is a sickness. And for Robin Williams, I believe, you can have, he could be rich, the richest guy in the world, the richest comedian in the world, whatever, but still have that depression on you and say, why would he kill himself? Because, you know, he had all this money. Why would he kill himself? Because, you know, he had the perfect life. Now, why? Even though somebody has a lot of money, they still have problems. We're only human. We're all human. Money doesn't answer, you know, everything in this world. Sure, it makes you live a little comfortably, but it doesn't fix things. It doesn't fix relationships. It doesn't fix stuff like that kind of stuff. No, I don't condone, you know, taking your own life. I don't. You know, but you know what? I don't look down on Robin for doing what he did. It's the depression that took over him, that he wasn't thinking right at the moment, and it took him. Life is a series of moments, and that's how you live them, you know. And if he was in that moment where he wasn't in his right mind, not thinking right, it took him. And when me and Connie got together, she was 18 years old, and I was 23. She had just came out of her mom and dad's house, you know, just lived with her mom and dad, and then came with me. So she was so still attached to her dad, still attached to her mom, so entwined. I know when you get married, you focus on each other, but when you come out of the house, that transition starts happening, you know, of the friendship that you have with your partner and stuff. But you still have that intertwinedness of your parents, of your siblings and whatnot. Well, she was a daddy's girl. And we went to go watch Hook at that time. And here's a clip from it.
Eat your heart out, you crinkled, wrinkled, fat hag.
You're a very ill-mannered young man. Do you know that?
You're a slug-eating worm.
Come on, you can do better than that.
Can't believe you're encouraging this.
Yeah, show me your fastball, dust brain. You paunchy, sag-bottom, puke pot.
You are a very poor role model for these kids. Do you know that?
Now, after watching Hook with Robin Williams in it, Connie cried on the way home. And she told me, you know what, I miss my dad. And because of all the fatherly stuff that happened in that movie, we started going down her dad's more. And we got closer to her dad. Her dad got to know me a lot more, and it would kind of bring us closer together. So through watching that film, bring my relationship with my father-in-law closer, and as Connie would actually bring me into the family like she did. Another movie that I could think about with Robin that meant a lot to Connie also was Good Morning Vietnam, and that's one of my favorite ones. Here's a clip from that.
Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, this is not a test. This is rock and roll. Time to rock it from the Delta to the DMZ. Is that me, or does that sound like an Elvis Presley movie? Viva Da Nang. Oh, Viva Da Nang. Da Nang me, why don't they get a rope and hang me? Hey, is it a little too early for being that loud? Hey, too late.
There was another special one that me and her still watch over and over and over again. It's probably one of my top list of these movies is Patch Adams.
Fingers. What's the answer?
How many do you see?
There are 4 fingers, aren't there?
No. Look at me. You're focusing on the problem. If you focus on the problem, you can't see the solution. Never focus on the problem. Look at me. How many do you see? No. Look beyond the fingers. How many do you see?
Eight.
8. 8. Yes. 8's a good answer.
Talks about laughter. Laughter as a way to, as a healing. Laughter as a way to make somebody happy. Laughter, there's not enough laughter in the world, I should say. There's not, I run into so many things, going to a grocery store, going to somewhere else, you try to smile at somebody, and somebody looks at you like, why the heck are you smiling at me? I run into those kind of people all the time that they're just they're sucking lemons. And I don't know what they're going through, but I throw a smile at them, and if they don't smile back, oh, okay, that's fine. But laughter and happiness, and that's what I really try to promote in my videos. I want to bring you happiness. I want you to smile. I want you to chuckle when you see me. And when you do that, it makes me chuckle, and it makes me happy. I guess if I can laugh at myself, it's easy for you guys to laugh at me too. And last, in this vlog, I'm just going to throw here at the end the tributes and what I'd like to say to Robin and his family, Robin's family. I'm sorry for your loss. I've just lost my father also not too long ago, and the hurt is still there, and that void is still there. But the good times is what we can remember, and they live in our hearts.
Please, don't worry so much. Because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth. Life is fleeting. And if you're ever distressed, cast your eyes to the summer sky, when the stars are strung across the velvety night, and when a shooting star streaks through the blackness, turning night into day. Make a wish. Think of me. And make your life spectacular. I know I did.